The Plan assessment resources are designed to support teachers to plan and assess effectively the Science National Curriculum for England. This short video will take you through the Plan knowledge resources and how you can use them to plan your science teaching and assess your pupils' learning. The Plan knowledge resources are not a scheme of work. They provide additional guidance that clarifies the content of the knowledge statements from the national curriculum in England. Consequently, they are presented in the same order as they appear in the national curriculum and are not ordered into an appropriate sequence of learning for each year group. The knowledge matrices are designed to support you to plan your science lessons. There is a knowledge matrix for each topic in each year group in the national curriculum for England. This is part of the knowledge matrix for the plants topic in Year 2, and we'll now explore how you can use each element of the content. These are the statements from the national curriculum that must be covered when teaching this topic. When you are planning, you need to be clear how the lessons you are planning support your pupils to gain or apply this knowledge. At the beginning of a topic, you need to know what the children should have already been taught. The prior learning content in each knowledge matrix includes all the topic statements from previous years that link to the topic you are about to teach. This information should be used to plan initial activities to remind the children of that prior learning and help you spot any gaps in learning and misconceptions they may have. Many of the Plan knowledge examples of work start with activities to remind children of the prior learning. Alternatively, you can look at the knowledge examples of work for previous years to find suitable activities for this purpose. We'll be looking at these resources later in the video. It's also good practice to review the tracking data from previous years to identify any children that were not secure when the prior learning was taught. Specific attention should be given to these children during the initial activities to ensure they are secure before moving on. It's also important that children know how the topic you are teaching builds on their prior learning, and this information supports that as well. The future learning content in each knowledge matrix includes all the topic statements from future years that link to the topic you are teaching. It's important to bear them in mind when planning to ensure that you do not stray into content featured in later year group topics. The national curriculum statements are not detailed. The key learning content in each knowledge matrix provides you with additional detail to help clarify what your plans need to cover in order for the children to be secure. The key vocabulary in each knowledge matrix identifies the new words that children need to be using correctly and on a regular basis, orally and in writing, to be secure. The possible evidence information gives you examples of ways that children might show that they are secure in the knowledge required. These are not the only ways of gathering this evidence, and it's worth noting that children do not have to produce written work to demonstrate that they are secure. Common misconceptions that children may have feature in each knowledge matrix to alert you to them. It's important to check that children do not have these misconceptions or ones from earlier linked topics, and if they do, provide activities to correct them. The activities content in each knowledge matrix provides you with possible activities to do with the children that will allow them to acquire the necessary knowledge or demonstrate that they can apply it. It's important that children do not simply parrot knowledge, but can use and apply it in a range of situations. To support the activities content, each knowledge matrix provides examples of possible evidence that might show that children can securely apply the knowledge they have learnt. These are not the only ways that children can demonstrate that they can apply the knowledge. The knowledge matrices can be found in the Teacher section of the Plan website. The knowledge matrix for each topic in each year group can be selected by clicking on the relevant link in the table. Alternatively, the knowledge matrices for all the topics in a year group can be downloaded as a single document by clicking on the link for the relevant year group. There are knowledge examples of work for each topic in each year group. They show the learning of one child who is secure in the knowledge statements from the national curriculum for that topic in that year group. They provide an illustration of what that learning looks like, so when teachers are reviewing the learning of children, they have a benchmark against which to compare it. If some of the children's learning does not demonstrate that they are secure, you can then provide them with additional opportunities to consolidate their knowledge. The activities featured in the knowledge examples of work are just one way of delivering the content for that topic. They are not intended as illustrations of the best activities through which to teach the statements, though they may be a source of useful ideas. This is one of the activities from the knowledge example of work for the Year 2 Uses of Everyday Materials topic. Each activity is linked to the national curriculum statement that it supports, and there is a brief description of the activity itself. Any written work produced by the child as part of the activity is included. Any oral evidence of learning is also included, with any observations made by the teacher. A brief commentary on what the evidence shows about the child's knowledge and working scientifically skills is also provided. The knowledge examples of work can be found in the Teacher section of the Plan website. The knowledge examples of work for each topic in each year group can be selected by clicking on the relevant link in the table, or the knowledge examples of work for all the topics in a year group can be downloaded as a single document by clicking on the link for the relevant year group. There are some additional resources for subject leaders to use. These can be found in the Subject Leader section of the Plan website. The progression in knowledge shows the links between the topics taught in different year groups, so that the subject leaders can easily check that teachers are covering the correct content for their year group and talk about progression through the school. The progression in vocabulary provides schools with a progression in the vocabulary for science from nursery to year 6, including the words that children should be exposed to in EYFS, the words that children should know and use correctly in a scientific context in Key Stage 1 and 2, the working scientifically vocabulary that should be taught through the topics in each year group during practical work or scientific inquiry. From the Subject Leader section of the website, it is also possible to download a single document that contains all the knowledge matrices for years 1 to 6. In summary, the 2 core plan resources that can be used to plan teaching and assessment of the knowledge aspects of the Science National Curriculum are the knowledge matrices and knowledge examples of work. And for subject leaders, there are the progression documents for knowledge and vocabulary. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, please use the details on screen to contact us.